Hi, and welcome to the show. You're watching Your Future, Your Finances. I'm your host, Brian Kuhn. We got a great segment for you today. If you are a federal employee or a financial advisor who works with them and the households, we have Chris Kowalik, who is an advisor to financial advisors of federal employees and also teaches classes in benefits to the federal employee marketplace.
Absolutely. Thank
Welcome
you for
to the
having
show.
me. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about your business model and what you do for federal employees.
Yeah, so I really work with both sides. So I work with financial advisors that have specifically chosen to specialize their practice in working with federal employees. Mm-hmm. As you know, as a financial advisor, there's so many things out there. So if you can get nice and specialized, then you can get really great at providing advice to a particular group of people. Mm-hmm. Of course, those advisors go back to their local communities and they want to be able to help educate federal employees on their specific benefits so that they know that that advisor is there to be able to help them. So I'm lucky. I get to really train both sides, the financial advisors and the federal employees that they want to support.
Mm-hmm. Now, in this segment, we'll talk about some of the things that the employees actually do or don't do in the course of trying to accomplish their financial goals. You talk about several steps and things that they need to be going through and some of the things that gets in the way, like emotions. Talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So there are 6 very common themes that we see of folks that attend our retirement workshops that end up delaying planning for retirement. And the first one that you mentioned is emotions. Mm-hmm. The very first emotion that tends to come out is somewhat of shame or embarrassment. I know you've seen it with your own clients. It can be very overwhelming, and it's one of those emotions that causes people to do nothing.
Yeah.
They freeze, and so they make no decision whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And so what we share with folks is, hey, listen, even if you're looking backwards in your life and you wish you had made all of these other different decisions, the next best time is right now. Yep. So it's okay. We've all been there wishing that we would have made different choices, certainly from a financial planning standpoint, but don't let that keep you from making progress from here on out. Mm-hmm. Of course, the next emotion would be frustration. Like, people don't know where to start. Mm-hmm. Financial planning can be very overwhelming for so many people. There are all of these different vehicles that you can use to plan for retirement. They all seem to look the same, yet they're so different, and they don't know where to get started. So again, they go to the freeze mode. They do nothing and then don't end up making that progress. So that frustration of like, gosh, I really wish I would have done something sooner, and now I don't even know where to get started, can really throw a wrench in all of this. The next is that feeling of overwhelm. We have so many things that we're dealing with every day in our lives that the idea that we stop and plan for our ultimate retirement, that future point in our life, can really just be that that point that you stop making any progress. You're so overwhelmed. And so all of these emotions kind of tying together really tend, unfortunately, to cause people to do nothing. And that can't ever be the answer when it comes to financial planning. We've got to take action if we're going to do anything. One of the biggest reasons people are afraid to take action is they're afraid of making a mistake. They want to think that the actions that they're taking are advancing the ball, you know, and really moving the needle, whatever metaphor you want to use. But they're afraid that if they make the wrong decision, that they simply make no progress, and then they're further behind. And so we want to get to the heart of those emotions and really to let people know that it's okay that you're not in the point that you want to be at any given point in your life. There's always room for progress from that point forward.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Wholeheartedly agree and see it. Another one you say is too busy, and I agree with that one as well. Yes. And that's despite the fact, I guess, that you're on campus or on location sometimes there during business hours helping them out.
Absolutely. Well, people don't tend to be too busy to come to a retirement class. They fill up our classes very quickly, especially here in the D.C. area. But they tend to say, I'm too busy to start planning. I'm too busy to set time aside to talk with a financial advisor to really get all of my numbers put together. And so, unfortunately, that can cause people just to delay in that whole process. I'll tell you, and you've probably seen it in your own financial planning practice, people spend far more time planning a family vacation than they ever do planning for retirement.
Yeah.
I mean, we see that all the time. And so we definitely want to make sure that when people know that they need to move forward, they know they need to take action, is that they set good milestones for themselves to be able to get to that point. Now, if I were to do a workshop today here in the DC area and I had federal employees come up and say, Chris, I definitely want to make some progress on this, and I would say, do it today. Because if you wait till tomorrow, you wait till the next day, you know, one day turns into a month, turns into a year, turns into 10, and then no progress is made at all. And so if, you know, here we are, you know, closer to the end of the year, now we're looking at, call me after the first of the year. Let me get through the end of the year, through the holidays, then we'll talk. And then we move into January. Oh, Chris, I really want to do something. I want to better my situation. But give me a call after I file my taxes. I'll be in a much better position to talk to you then. You call in May. Oh my gosh, things are really crazy. Call me in the summertime. I'll have a little bit more flexibility. Call in the summer. Oh man, things are way too busy. Call me in the fall. And then it's the end of the fiscal year and they say, oh my gosh, my office is crazy right now. Give me a call in the fall. And so here we are, right back to the end of the year, and no progress has been made. So we always want to make sure that folks don't wait to a point that they feel ready to plan for retirement. It's kind of like being ready to have kids, right? You're never ready to have kids. You never have enough money to be able to have children. And so we definitely want to make sure that folks take that into account as well when they're planning for retirement. And my last point on this particular topic of being too busy is we want folks to plan on purpose. Now, sometimes when it comes to planning for retirement, people are very reactionary. They simply react to things that are happening around them and they don't move in that proactive way. So that's planning on purpose, where you're seeing the future of where things are headed and you know you need to do something about it. So unfortunately, procrastination gets in the way of that, and being too busy certainly plays a big factor.
Absolutely. Great information. Hopefully people hear it and recognize when it applies to them. We have to take a break. We'll be right back with Chris Kowalik of ProFeds. I'm your host, Brian Kuhn. You're watching Your Future, Your Finances.